Good evening, friends. Welcome to the traditionella bondedemokratins diktatur. We're initializing the vehicle types, and indeed we are initializing vehicle types. I really want, I've been talking about this for quite a while now, that it's time to inaugurate a portion of the railway. But it's not really happening on its own, so far, because there's always something to build. And the trick then will be, well, it's a new year, by the way. Yes, welcome to 1985. 1984 was a terrible year. Yes, the population went down here from 14,200 to 9 and a bit. Very bad. The Great Famine. Yes, the Great Famine. Indeed. There's quite a strong correlation between these two. And but they got a bit more government loyal for some reason during the famine. I don't think that there was any alcohol neither, actually, so culture, fine. They got a bit more religious as well. Yes, clothing went also down. It was a terrible time. But yes, I will not be able to inaugurate the railway because there's always some construction going on. Yes, and the trick is, of course, to establish a base of operations, a new one, and build out from there. So that's what's going to happen here eventually. It's only a little bit of a shame that I can't get my existing construction vehicles up here. Other than that, we have everything that is needed to build a bit of railway. We have gravel, and we have steel, and we have prefab panels. That's very much needed if you want to build the railway, the concrete railway. Yes. Prefab panels. So the agenda, yes, then would be over here. We need to stop this business from happening, or we'll stop. Is it really necessary? Yes, it really is necessary to keep this separated, the construction and the business, What's here? This is, what's this? Okay. You say so. I suppose. That. This and one here. Yes, and this will always stay red for the moment, as there are construction vehicles here. But maybe they can. I don't think that they'll be able to keep it together, without sin. Never mind. The railroad. Yes, and the railroad. Pardon. The mine is slipping already. This early on, that's I don't think it's a good sign. No. Yeah, but you're here, you're loading up on the prefab panels, that's very good. And you actually have the route already. So you're going by Molna and Beates and Oskarshamn to unload on the stuff there. And we should have something more. Yes, we have something for oil. Yes, and that should all be, or petrol, diesel, yes, fuel. And we have one for steel. Although I was saving up, and now I might just have the money. Yes, I do. Yes, one of those. This will be a miscellaneous open hull thing. That is bricks and boards. Boards may not actually be worth transporting around here. The reason you can't find the thing is because you have the western thing selected. Is it now? Yes. Yes, fine. That's the wrong train. Not to here. I think that ought about do it. May even be a bit too long. This because at some points the railroad may not be completely accommodating for. But if one can be that long, then another one can be as well, I suppose. Yes, I would. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. This will be clever. We do because you're going the exact same places as this train, but instead of steel, you just load up on bricks and boards. And that's going to get out of balance, and it's going to end up with only either bricks or boards, and probably boards, because those are the ones I need the fewest of. We'll see how it goes. Whenever the traffic situation is such, then that this can be allowed. But how is it now? It should be all green here. It is quite green. Yes, it is very green in fact. Other than that way, but that's fine. We don't need to go there. And here it is somewhat complete as well. Yes, you're going to have to obey by the rules now if you want to get out. And this we'll keep that as one. That is a very big, large block. Yes, but it's not safe to do it any other way. Regrettably, it's the way it has to be. Isn't this track actually one way? Only. No, it isn't. It is actually two way. If you want to go from here to here, yes, which you may well want to. It's actually this. That is the thing. The exit from the network. Something like that, yes. Okay. Is the traffic complete? The traffic rules. Are the traffic rules complete? I don't imagine. No, here for example they're not. That's better. And this, I think, is. I mean, it has the resemblance. At least, even though there may be a little few and far between. We'll have one by Lenin as well. This is slightly long. That's it. And this is fine. And this. Let's see here. You are cut off here. This is not how it should be. Nope. We shall do a little bit here and a little bit there. We need. This is tedious. Yes, this is a bit of, it's not the most exciting, but then again, watching construction vehicles and trying to get them doing the things that you want them to do is not neither always so very as such, but it is what it is here in the traditional farmers' democracy. I don't like this. That's what you want. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. This is good enough for three trains. Certainly is. And over here. Yes, I think. Train diesel station. Yes, very good. Yes, and these are working on the next bit, on the export bit. Yes, this ought to be fine, and this may work. I don't know. This is a bit unorthodox. Yes, it is a very, very long. This is the silliest thing I've ever built. Not ever, but in recent times, I think. This. It's one big block, all of that, and in here you can't get anything serious, you know. No. Actually, it was wrong of me to do that with that train, because we want... no, there ought to be one more. And there definitely should be one more. The new train, where are you? Are we happy with the traffic? I think so. I think it's about time. Yes, over here. I'm a bit confused. What are you doing? Yes, you're going by Oskarshamn, but you're not in the list there for some reason. You have not been live yet. That may be the reason. You should also go. You should go here and unload. As and all the other ones, we don't have any boards or bricks, but that's fine. We're coming. Yes. I have not sent the train in a long time. I wonder what... That may have caused some issues. Never mind. You don't go here anymore. No. Other than that, yes, they are out not out of board and bricks. They have... Yes. Okay. I think fuel train is the first one to go out. No, this is not... God damn it. I happen to... God damn it. It's... the thing is... That if you... if you want to press the Control G there to get a nice... you know... No, why isn't this? This is not good. Hold on a bit here. Need to have. There we go. And because yes, try. I realize that this is. I'm doing my best. Realize that this is quite terrible. Let's see, autosave is... Oh, I think we're going to miss out on the signaling, and if so is the case, I mean, we shall see just where... you don't want to press Control H anyway, especially not when having a vehicle window open. Because not if that vehicle is moving. If it is in a depot, it's good because that you can clear the schedule. Or clearing the schedule of a vehicle in motion. Not something that you want to partake in, because then that happens. But I think that we were about here. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's wait a minute. Yes. No, it's not bad. Good. We want... yes, this is a bit tedious, you know. We want to go to the train depot. Yes, hold on the thing. Yes, get your head straight, man. We want to get the yes, fuel thing first. This is set to go to the wrong place, I think. It's gonna have an open storage medium. Yes, it is. You should instead go to the other one, right next doors. Yes, I'm going to close them soon. There, and unload. No. Yes. And not go here. And there we go. That's... No. Launch. Okay, nothing happened and it's not saying anything. Okay, now it worked. Yes. It ought to have. Ta-da! Regular traffic is initiated. Well, an attempt at regular service. We shall see how it goes. This is the fuel provider. This will take fuel from here. Yes, that's right. This one goes in a direction which is different from the other ones. The other ones don't start out this way, so we can send this one out. The steel one. It is the most pressing. How long? This should be quick. Oh, this is very slow for some reason. But yes, I don't have a pump, that's why. Well, that's fine. It's slow. We're soon full. It's not that slow. It's completely decent. Yes, heavy. Very nice. Trains are rolling on the network. If it is a network, we'll see. But I have good hopes. Yes, there's the train depot on the right, and that's a tree. That's another tree that we went through here. Yes. And we ought to be at a point now that we could send the last train out. Yeah, sure. It's not going to cause any problems. Now, G, not H. So you're going here to unload first of all. The thing is though that it is set to unload 100% of its load, I think, at each stop, and that's not going to be very feasible. Unload 100% of anything. Not 100%. You have to save for the other ones. Yes, and there you can empty out. If there's anything left, we'll see. But yes, I believe, is it not? Isn't the frame rate a lot worse than what it was? I think it is, and therefore we're going to do a little experiment. That's what we're going to do. Yes, you see. This is quite... I may have started the wrong version of the game, because if you... For some people, for some reason, when playing at using the Windows 7 option to launch the game instead of the Windows 10 option, which you thought that you'd want to use, which you'd think that you'd want to use, yes, you get a whole lot better frame rate, with this Windows 7 option for some reason. And we'll see. No, it's still quite terrible, actually, for some reason. Well, no, it is better. Indeed, and what's up here? You're waiting. It's red. There are not enough blocks here. There is also too little space there. And what? You are not. You have not stopped in a good place. It would be better if you waited here. You see. Yes, but it's not in your nature, because this is not a chain signal. What if it was a chain signal instead? One of the, like that. Would that work? Maybe. That you really got going once you well got going. That was some acceleration. Yes. Damn it! There is something completely. There is something wrong with me today. I think I'm sick or something. I don't know what this is. But the sun is setting here. How nice. On this, that will be the... what is it now? Yes, bricks and boards. Oh, there is a bit of grass there on the railroad, unfortunately. Oh, and we have a construction vehicle that is obeying the rules. Wondrous. Yes, it's fine here, but it may become a problem. Or it will become a problem later on. That is a later problem. Yes, you're loading up on the boards and the bricks. Now, could you at least do me a favor and do at least half the amount of bricks that you do boards? I suppose you're actually doing, by weight, you're doing a bit more bricks, which is quite reasonable. Although by... Damn it, yes, I probably am sick. You know what, I think I may be sick. That would explain a whole lot. And of course, you'd also want the chain signal on this side. Not that it matters incredibly much. But still, it's a hygienic thing, that you wait on this side of the thing. Yes, there was a slight incident with the airways, but I think that cleared it quite a bit. Well, it didn't clear it, but it cleared something. Yes, it did. Yes, I can breathe again, almost. Yes. Now, this is quite a lovely piece of rail line here. And yes, thank you all to say you always save us, except sometimes. Yes, this is quite nice. Ferris wheel, church, some tower blocks, fire station, some of the old village houses are left. Yes. No, you cannot. Now the colleague is interfering here again by walking all over the things. You cannot do that. No, here. Over here. Yes, over here. There you go. Not quite happy about that. No, not quite content with it. You'll have to be. Meanwhile, the train is cruising by here quite nicely, by the first thing that was ever constructed here, actually. Yes, the agroform of Schweiz and the fields. Yes, crop fields. Are we still keeping on top of it? Just went out of range. I cannot click it. Fine. I think that we are keeping on top of it. It's back. God damn it. This is hopeless. This is hopeless, this evening. What the hell? Yes, this is the worst one ever. No. But that would be saying quite something. How could it be the worst whenever we got the trains on the lines? Yes, and if we go ahead a bit here, we may actually find, yes, look at this. The oil train has made it all the way here, where there are a few, the signals are a bit few and far between. Yes. And one more here. And for symmetry, no, don't here. That's too much. And then here, you go all the way over there. You don't have to. Now here. Yes, isn't this lovely? We now have a proper rail traffic going on. And we should be able to retire many road vehicles. Maybe. If it works. We'll see. Retire. Repurpose maybe. Or something. I don't know where I'm going to put them all. Well, there are actually road vehicle depots out by the twin reactor nuclear power plant. That would be a very good place to have them. In fact. But we're getting a little bit ahead of things. Because so far, we have made it quite a bit. We have made the first and second stop. But here is the first one. I think that was completely dry. And this may even be supplied by truck. Yes, it is. But you really should be able to stop this now. Yes. This is what you should be able to stop doing, not that. What we want to start doing instead is this. Don't go to Polochevo. That's a little bit of a ways for you to go. What's going on here? There is a drama going on. There was a prefab train going the other way. And over there is the... is it the steel train? Yes, it's completely empty. So it probably would be the steel train. Yes, what to say? I presume. Thank you. Oh, we were doing clever things here. Hopefully. You don't need to go to Polochevo any longer. And instead of unloading at the train diesel station, you load at the train diesel station. Yes. Load, fuel, and unload until you're done. Isn't that lovely? And out here, out here in Beatus, it really is. Let's not forget about you. Out here in Beatus, because here, the amount of fuel is not that great. You have the Peterbilt here that goes all the way to the oil refinery to load. And you can go here instead to load now. Or really, you're not needed. No, you know what? You're not needed. Because we do this. Distribution office. Yes, I realize there's a lot of things going on right now. But the distribution office, yes, we're trying to talk it quicker, and that will make it make even more sense. Here, you have this as a source of fuel. Yes. And do not unload things here. And this place, then, Hansas Beatus oil fuel storage. You don't deal with that anymore. No. Although there may be many other vehicles being supplied by this one. So what we'll do is, yes, we'll keep this one in service. It will empty out the train diesel station here quite quickly, since the capacity here is enormous. But the DR class 119 here is on the job. And actually coming up on its first, on its last stop. How much? Juice got 122 tons left. Very good. Why? What's going on here? Okay. Oh, what's going on here is this the ridiculous thing. This is what you get. Yes, you're going to have to wait here. You don't even have anything. Yes, you are the steel train. There they are full now. Here they were. I think they were completely out. So it unloaded everything here. Yes, very successful initial. Yes, very successful initial inauguration here of the rail network. Indeed, you're missing it, all of it, and you cannot be here. Understand? Yes. But regardless, the train may be empty for the moment. This one is, but the one behind it, the one that we were following, is doing real work. And behold, a train going by a twin-reactor nuclear power plant. Yes. That would be... no. Now this. And the train behind it. Yes, it should be coming, but this is a ridiculous traffic solution. That at least means that it did. This train really fit. Yes, the steel train fits. The other one, whoops, that's a lot of stuff. Yes, this one, the one headed here, the miscellaneous one. It won't, and it's gotten all of its bricks unloaded. Ah yes, we were building the bridge here. That was probably what consumed quite a lot of bricks. Yes, indeed. You missed it again. Yes, this is truly the worst. You see, yes, this is also good now. It sort of works. It is incredibly inefficient, this, but it's... yes, I think it will work. And there you are, you're full. Not full, but you're pretty well catered for. Indeed. And here we should have a related vehicle, the sister. You go here to load on the fuel. Don't need to put a strain on the Hantasino gas station any longer. That's a good thing. It is a very good thing, in fact, because the Hantasino gas station is being supplied from a little bit of a ways away. Or something, I don't know. But anyway, you're full. You don't. You're doing both the forklift garage and the rail construction thing. I really would like you to not be going around so much. Never mind, it will be fine. There's a bit of it adds to the atmosphere here. Yes, the miscellaneous train. Are you arrived? Is this you? Yes, you only have boards left, no bricks. Next time, I think you'll bring bricks, even all the way out here. But this is a question of just how terrible this will be, because I think it will be quite terrible. Yes, and as you see over here, there is very much of a nödlösning as an emergency solution. That is quite terrible. And here, there's a bit of spaghetti. And if you don't clear, yes, you did. You even cleared the signal. Fantastic. And we have no troubles. And then it will work out. That's very nice, and this thing is missing steel now. That's not good. And this has gone on for so long that they have run out of steel. What that the train would bring. Yes, you should have reserved, then as you did with the fuel train, and then you would have been able to bring resources. Yes. But here, it's not, I mean, they have plenty of steel left, place for steel left, so it will still be a long while before they get any in Oskarshamn, you know. But that's also sort of nice that they are actually that hungry for the steel. Here is the steel train. After that you have been unloaded here, we shall ask you to go directly to Oskarshamn. The other places, this one is actually full on steel, and they can do doing this for quite a while. So, however, Oskarshamn is quite urgent. Urgently needed to get the steel, to get the railroad continued. Yes, this is I like trains, in this game. They are very nice. And this time around, it took a very long time to get to this point. We were playing train conductor for a while, doing this manually, but it's not quite the same shunting trains around manually as it is just having them do work automatically even. No, it's not automatic, but it is automatic, and it's very, very efficient, this, for moving stuff around. No longer need we rely on these old poor gravel roads 60 kilometers an hour. Now we have this. In 1985 we got our railroad network. Yes, very good. Now, how much steel we reckon that they have stored up for us here? Enough to satiate? I don't think so. And here as well, yes, just recently they were standing still here, the production. And yes, the train is able to load from both here and yes, it is. Then we'll get the full load. But next time around, it will be a while. But that's fine. I think we could even. How do we dare have this as wait? No, we don't want to wait. We want traffic on the network. Although I think it will stand here until they stop or something happens that triggers it to go. And with our stable electricity from the nuclear industry and everything, not a whole lot except running out of workers that's going to do it. You can be on your way now. Yes. Go to Oskarshamn. Now, if this works, we sort of actually do have a rail network. Although, yes, this is where it will cause a problem with the construction vehicles, and I think that we should not have you do this. No, because maybe, just maybe, there is a possibility of a chance of a slight. There's something confused over here. Yes, that would be this one. You can't find a way home, I would suppose. You cannot go here. No. Because you're a silly thing and you're coming in on this way line. Yes, you want to come in here. That way you're able to do it, And this is where we run into problems. Where the hell are you? You have managed to get quite a ways. Almost all the way to Domsaliga here. But that is correct. You will not be able to find a way home at the current time. No. But I sort of need you to do that so we'll have this. Yes. temporarily. Did that make you happy? You want to go the other way, you know. Yes, you're now less dissatisfied. And you took us just to where we wanted to be. So we wanted to be here and have a look if the railroad construction office is not anywhere near done. No, they're missing asphalt. Yes. That is a problem of trying to build something down here, is that things such as asphalt, for example, is very, very far away. However, steel and prefab panels and stuff here are pretty handy. Yes, and also during the terrible year of 1984, here, fire destroyed a building, the power transformer. Here, yes, which of course led to more problems here. And yes, it was also not possible for the people living here to walk to the store. That's why every time, every generation that I tried convincing that this is a good place to live, basically legged it pretty much as soon as they got here. But now, this is... they're happy. They're very happy. So that's good. And they now have electricity, finally. That's lovely for them. But yes, since that burnt down, that made me realize that there was no fire station built. There still isn't. They're missing concrete. Yes. Is there a concrete mixer coming? There are two coming. That's good. Yes, you know, we do have actually have one of these now. And we're trucking in the gravel. We really don't need to be doing that. Yes, one thing that would be lovely here then would be if it would be possible to get this bus stop in connectivity with both this gravel processor. That's a fancy word for what it is. A fancy way of putting it. Yes, for what it is. Banging up and crushing. It's not going to go beneath. There's a building in the way. Yes, it's simply not. Have a look. No, there's no way. Apparently there is a way. Yes, this solves. You weren't planning on taking that road anywhere? No. Then this will do. Yes, and they can walk that way and they that way. That's good. Pay for it. Yes, that bit we do pay for. Okay. Do we need that much gravel here? Yes, railroad, you know, 42 tons of gravel for that bit. So yes, I think it's a good thing that we have invested in this. We want a few dumpers, don't we? Dumper. It's a bit, you know, of the same. There are other trucks available than this. Yes, there are. But this is the one with the most capacity, and therefore the best. sometimes. Yes, we do this on the other one too. Start, I don't know. There will probably be a while before there are workers in here. You think? Yes, I think. And there are 56 tons of asphalt required. Yes, then you could as well build an asphalt plant and a concrete plant too, while you're at it. Really? Cannot be bothered. Oof. Don't know that I can be bothered. No, we only need gravel for the rail construction. The other things they can do in here. Now, I wonder if we have a look at the population. We have actually rebound. Well, we're looking much better now than we were 1 year ago, for example. And we have 149 adult children. That would be in Molna, because Molna was the only town that did not have a severe, severe impact, severely impacted by the catastrophe of the famine of 1984. Right, we'll relocate. Yes, you see, it didn't even go down. Yes, we want. What's the point really of moving people out here into these old shacks, really? Yes, the indigenous population are still somewhat existent. Yes, so we shall not infringe upon them. We shall keep to ourselves here in this ourselves, but we shall only relocate people into here. Maybe. I could have gotten a whole lot more. Kansasino, I don't suppose, has a surplus, but this is not. This is Molna. Yes. Very good. We do the same thing again. De saliga down here. We get a great influx now of workers. That should get them going, I would hope. They have not even built this yet. Oh, come on. A dumper is heading this way. Yes, but it has not even been to the asphalt plant yet. Why are you so slow with everything? It's because we have to drive 100 million kilometers to get everything. Yes. That will be it. And then we have these going around fetching people and driving them to workplaces where there isn't any concrete, for example, such as here, or asphalt. It's one of the two. Even though a dumper, yes, you were supposed to have loaded up on asphalt and you didn't get any, I suppose. And though at the moment there are 5 workers and the amount of bitumen is plentiful. This place I have not filled up in I don't know, 5 more years, 10. You see, there is no vehicle here, and there is no distribution office associated with it neither. Oh, here's the board and brick train. How are you doing? Are you keeping the balance? Oh, maybe we should employ a few more people in the bricks factory. as usual, this area is terribly understaffed. 7 workers in the coal mine. What is going on here? We do have coal, but this 2 workers. 2 steel mill, 15. This is not good enough. It's even kicked the wood industry here into business, into action, into gear a bit. Though I don't think workers arrive that often up here, if ever. Sometimes they might. This time you managed to get a whole lot of people for the coal worker line. 61. Yes, and we could actually take this everything here related to food out and crops. Actually, everything that comes from the crops. We could hand over to the people of Molna to take care of. These people don't need to do it anymore. That I would suppose would make a whole lot of difference. Yes, that's the one we want. Matarbetarlinjen. Yes, I think that we could retire many of these, if not all. That should leave a whole lot more room on the roads and passengers at the bus stops and everything. Okay, we'll leave 1. You can get to keep what you're doing. One thing with this, which you might not have considered, though, is that this line also goes over to the meat industry, which your food worker line from Molna does not do. Indeed, it doesn't. But it will. There we go. You are now added. Unload 79, 69%. I don't know. We need to make sure that there are. God damn it! I'm editing that's not good. Crap. I ruined the lines system a bit here. Yes. For passengers, matarbetarlinjen from Molna. Yes, it's easily mended. This we don't need, but here we should look at the Mars 305 that is off where it's supposed to be. Yes, there you go. No, you're doing it again. Here, this is what you want to do. Indeed, this is, and we want to go this way. Yes, it was this is a confusing evening. Svage bus stop, unload, 69% say. Also, I think that they could stand another bus on that line. It depends. Yes. They definitely could. Do we have the ability to buy another bus? Not right out here. No. I mean, this is what wealth looks like in 1985 in the traditional farmers' democracy. Trucks waiting by the stone crusher, for example, with quarried stone. Yes, it means that there is a surplus. No one got off, and therefore you were not able to take the bus back into town. No, then we definitely could have a few more buses here. And there is no place for me to buy it. Not here. We could, we're retired. A few buses. Here. Yes, is this? Well, this is one of the same type. That will have set line. Oh, view line detail. Yes, go. That this should make all the difference. Let's see, 15 workers, but you're still lined up after each other. And this one, for example, that is leaving town here, 44. You're I don't know what you are. $50 people, okay. There are many buses going through here. You don't have to wait long for the bus to work. And you have paved the road all the way. I mean, you don't even know how lucky you are. When in my time, we were not so lucky. There were plenty. Never mind. You're still going back and forth here with workers, but that's also a bit. That's very many workers. There are 150 of them. Yes, we could. Could we do anything else with them? Maybe it's even possible to transport them out to. Because they have a motorway now. To the nuclear fuel industry. Here. Because this is not doing that great, And we have so many chemicals. I think that we shall do that. We shall do exactly that. A bus like this one. Okay. Don't know. Yes, we need 2 buses. This bus. What's this? I think I've asked that before. It's available now. I should have bought this instead. 1984, but 112, 100 kilometers an hour, 105. But this is, we can have it in green. Oof, yes. This will have very good, a bit of variation here. Now, a new line. You shall be the Uran. Yes. Yes. Atom fuel workers. The from Molna. Indeed. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of this. This way it's much easier to do. This place is rolling, right? Yes, it is rolling. Look at, they have even done something. Good, focus then. Yes, here. And yes, this is not too far. This will work. And then we go to the general vehicle depot. Oh, the nice green one and that one. And that one too. 3? No, 2 is enough. Oh, that's a very nice. Or maybe I don't know. It is very green. The color was very nice, but it didn't quite work. The color we can see. No. Okay. Well, I suppose it's this one. Unless it's messing with. It might be messing slightly with the frame rate there. Yes. No, not rename. None of them look quite as they should, you know. They look too solid or something. It is not quite correct, but it is something. It is back and forth, yes, mirrored. For some reason. But yes, that will do. You can get going now, the second one here. I think that this is good, that we get to what do we call it? Engage the population of Molna a bit more. And also it's good that you have them as a resource in these pressing times when everyone else got this was a bit of an incline here on the motorway, so-called. Yes, you did not notice that there was a mountain in the way when you were building the motorway. I suppose I was looking at it from a different angle and did not see. Or something. This first one, yes, that made sense. And then the second one, I had forgotten about the mountain. Also, we have not made this one way yet, and therefore it is not quite a motorway. Look at this, that was a bit sharp of a turn. Good thing you didn't have any passengers. Yes, and then you're going to go through a little bit of a maze here to get to the bus platform of Molna, but you'll get there eventually. This really feels ridiculous. Why didn't... Oh, you're going for refuel, of course. Yes. But now you're starting to make less and less sense. But now you're making sense again. Actually, the bus made sense all the time. I did not just understand. Just didn't understand. Yes, I just didn't understand. Okay, so the railroad is now inaugurated. Isn't that... We can hear it. Yes, listen to the train. It's coming with prefab panels. How is, for example, the train diesel station here doing? It's full. This has always been full. This place is full of... not full of steel. No, not full of steel quite yet. Will that happen to be this one? Yes, it would. You're standing still. Are you confused, or you're waiting? You're loading. But you have been to Oskarshamn. They now have so much steel and prefab panels. And here they have plenty of stuff as well, but yes, of course, in Beatus we're building rail. Not directly from here, of course, that wouldn't work, but we truck it just a little bit. This is very efficient, you know. Use the rail for the really long distance, and then for the last bit here we put it on a truck and get it down to here. Yes, and I think that this is working. They are working. What just happened there with the thing? I don't know. But here it is. Yes, it is doing quite okay. That is starting to take a while now. Yes, we have actually the last year of the third 5-year plan is here, and a sit-rep on just how we're doing. Well, the dollar account is very low at the moment, but that would be because we've bought buses. Yes, responsible use. And the buses were for the purpose of supplying this place with workers, and let's see, we're not doing that great. And you just made a U-turn just ahead of the bus platform. That was the worst I've ever seen. It actually used the bus platform to make to turn around, I think. Yes, and then it went to the petrol station, where there is no petrol. Where there is only diesel. Yes. You see, we have so many chemicals now. We have actually, I think that we have quite an abundance of chemicals by this time. 94 tons. 51 of it just close to here. Very close, in fact. Yes, and the point was that we should be able to chug out a great amount of nuclear fuel. So much that we won't know what to do with. How much nuclear fuel? 17.65 tons. At a total value of 13.5 million rubles, or $16 million. No, that's not too bad. And bitumen, 3.6 million. Mechanical steel, 1.8. This is quite spread about. It's very distributed. Our steel wealth. Nuclear fuel, not as distributed, although it appears so, since they are vehicles, yes. Nuclear waste. Yes, okay. Why are they not visible here? Oskarshamn twin reactor. Oh, it's not in one of those. Yes, it is. Anyway, what I'm talking about is this. This? The Soviet Union? No. This. Yes, this is now full, I think. And I can certainly hear something. Is that the game having its way with the audio interface, maybe? You still managed to unload. Or, wait a minute. Why are you going here empty? Huh? It's not that it has the fire. I don't know. kindergarten, uranium mine. Oh, now it went quiet. Yes, this place looks full to me. Meanwhile, the is not waiting until loaded. I suppose there wasn't anything available then, any nuclear waste, but this looks full to me. Or if they can start a new row, I don't know. We shall hang on to that. We will wait and keep it as is for now and have a look. Oh, there we go. Well, in the red. Nice. Oh, that's maxed out. Fantastic. Look at this. Yes, we have serious radiation going on here. Many interesting experiments can be made out here if we would like to. Wonder what would happen if one were to put people out here. Don't know. I don't think that we're going to do that. No. No. But the actual pollution is you're not seeing it for some reason. You didn't used to require electricity to see the pollution. Nope. I'm absolutely positive that you could previously see that without electricity. You have changed the parameters of the game. Yes, it's evolving, you know. Okay. I suppose, since we're here, we might as well fix you up a bit. Oh, there was a tanker truck. Oh, that's a bitumen exporter. That's good for you. You could be obsolete in a while when this is complete, and you're not out of a job quite yet. No, if we were to get ourselves another construction vehicle here. Yes, 522,000 rubles and 463. Yes. What are you going to do about that? Sell one of these. Sell vehicle. Can I just do this? Really sell for null? No. Thought so. Well, that beckons is that thing. The question. What happens? Do I dare do this? Containers with waste can be sold only when delivered to customs. Okay. You have thought about someone being as such silly doing a thing like that. Good on you then. We're really not producing a whole lot of nuclear waste at the current rate. 14.5 megawatts. Yes. Yes, if you'd want to, I would like a little bit of an influx in money to buy that one. Yes, I could maybe take a loan. No, we're not taking a loan. That's not something we do. Do we have like a tanker or something available? I mean, like this one. Yes, like this one. Why haven't you gotten... Are you empty? Yes, you have emptied out the train diesel station and put it into this tank. 245 tons you managed to gather up. Well, that would be great and all. Unless it were for the fact that this is the vehicle's only source of the vehicles, the village's source of fuel as well, the distribution office. Yes, it is without fuel, its source, and has this started to trickle down to places such as these? Maybe, but not too terribly. Yes, something else I could sell then. I have steel laying about here, for example. Yes, this truck. What are you doing? Okay, you're doing some good things. You're shuttling this over to this place. Here, do we still have vehicles related to this? Yes, here for example, a Peterbilt open hull is just sitting around here. You know what you're going to do? At the Beatus Road cargo station, I'm going to do something. I'm going to load up on steel. Yes, and then we're going to go here. This is heresy. Yes, but I need to buy one of those. So this is what we're going to do. Medium custom house, unload. Yes. Yes, Beatus, go there, load. Yes, that might work. It is working. You won't be able to pay for all that is. Maybe, let's say you'll be worth about 50,000, maybe even. Well, not quite, but something. Yes, maths. The point is that it will be worth quite a bit. Quite possibly. Even enough to get enough money to buy one of these. Yes, maybe 10,000. Yes, I think it will be. I'll keep an eye on this one. I don't know what you're doing. You're going. Yes, you're the shuttle thing for that one. You're doing very good work. What are you doing? I think that you're driving in bricks via the road. Yes, you are. From Fiengeni. At least not all the way over from Polochevo, but still. You have been superseded. And it would be good, before we parked you up, if you wouldn't mind going here, for example. Here, to unload the bricks that you currently have. And then you can go and park up here. I don't think the radiation is that bad any longer. And Beatus Road cargo station. Yes, you can go here now. Uh, 40,000, 39,500 rubles. And you were. That's about what we're missing actually to buy this one. Very good. And before, what were you doing? Fiengeni. Yes, indeed. You also are also retired after this, I think. Retired. We'll park you up here over by the power plant. Yes. Now then, have you started working again, or what are you doing? You're in here. You're not working. Neither are you. No, you are actually doing something. Yes, you are. Very good. But I don't suppose we could get the other one working on this line. No, we can't. The irony is that if I would have double-tracked this, it would not have taken that much longer. Because then we could have used the two at the same time. Now we can't. And this is going to take even longer. Yes, but they have made it quite a way. Look here. I mean, they started all over there. Yes, all over there. And they made it here. And it's only this way to go, this bit to go here. And a little bit more over here. But I think here it is. Yes, here it is. Here is the railroad. This autosave is taking a little bit longer than usual, but it is... yes, it resumed. Okay. Yes. They're joining up from that end. And no, that was a shadow. That was not a construction vehicle. Here then. Look at this. Yes, I think that you want to go check on the other end. This is pathetic though. They're still missing the concrete. Oh, they just finished the groundworks. Fantastic. Finally. Oh, 50 tons of concrete and 20 tons of asphalt remain until this is completed. Damn, it is going to take forever. And it requires 100 tons of prefab panels. That's a bit unreasonable too. When the truck was just short of supplying us with enough rubles, or something else costed us money, maybe, I don't know. And see, this year, what have we bought? Cement, gravel, prefab panels. That's not very much. Two occasions we have auto-built something here. Cement, though, we are importing still. Yes. Yes, it's just that there are so many aggregates that go together to make cement. Yes, there are two. It's no worse than steel in that regard. Yes, but steel is a bit more interesting than cement. To be frank about it, you know. This also, to be frank, is not good enough. You have to be quicker. Come on. With this, I've closed down the thing where I was going to buy the thing for all the money, which I don't have quite yet. 150 people cannot participate in sport. Culture is fine. Hospital, though. Yes, I mean, if you could get something done here. Do you not have any open hulls, or what's the matter? You actually don't have any. You have one. Well, that might have something to do with it going very slowly to build things here, that you don't have any flatbeds. We will rectify, but this is you were supposed to buy the train construction thing. Yes, but I need this, desperately need this, as we can see here. Yes, instead of doing irresponsible things and buying new, you could have reused from the ones that are defunct. Since we don't have to bring stuff in via road longer. Here, for example, there are many here. This one is at the depot for it. Here's an open hull that we could have used for this very purpose. Here might be another one. And no, that one is in traffic, I think. What is it? It is standing still. It is standing still at here. Yes, this is also a case of something that we don't need anymore. Or even want. Correct. We shall... you know what? Since you do have a load and we are a bit... we do want a little bit of an influx of money here. Yes, send you to the border. I don't even know where you are. It will probably take a while. But you go to the border, unload. Go to the border now. And then you go and park up over here. Yes, I mean, if one could be so organized as to put emptied out disused vehicles out here in one location, then one wouldn't have to buy them new every time, you know. Yes, but it is a little bit of work to do. Yes, and then I mean, here we have this is just silly. Here we have exactly the thing that was needed. Damn it, I would not have had to buy them. Would I not have been so careless? Yes, but here, it's what it is. We cannot change what transpired. But you will go here, and you will. What? Yes, medium custom house. Unload. I'm not sure. Yes, you can do this. But if you don't want you to go to Fingeni, we were taking you to Oskarshamn. There are many vehicles here. And we can take to Oskarshamn directly because you are empty. Very good. That means here. No. That. And yes. I think that would be all of it. I think that we will get a little bit of a convoy, maybe, hopefully. With all of these vehicles heading up to Oskarshamn. It is nice to see the cooling towers on the horizon. Okay, you did. That's an interesting choice of road. No, it isn't. That's the motorway doesn't go that way, you know. That's correct. We only have this crappy road here. Yes, but this might be a contender then for extending or building out motorway or paved. Fine, a parallel paved road. It's not a motorway. Not not going to do that again, because that was a bit silly. But this technique worked very good before. And I mean, as long as we're doing it, we might as well. Something that is built with bricks, I think would be good, but that's very slow. Tide arch bridge. Yes. Building bridges in this game is not easy. Uh, 100 tons of bricks, 84 tons of steel, okay. And that's what we wanted to do. And out here to Oskarshamn there really should be a more modern road as well. And we already have this bit. Just need to build here, maybe. As out here, there is not really a close asphalt plant, so I think that you're going to get quite the same exciting results as we got with the previous road building efforts. No, this might be a little bit worse. Yes, it's what it is. You press exactly like that. There we go. Do we dare have a look at this for last year? How much? 50,000 in imports in total in 1 year? No, sorry, that's this year. Last year. I thought so. That was a little bit too good. 146,000 in resources. And of that, cement, electrical components, gravel, a little bit, prefab panels, a little bit. See, it's not that bad, you know. Cement and electrical components are the only things that we don't make. And then vehicles, 1.2 million. Yes, I'd rather like to buy them vehicles, you know. You can't get enough vehicles. Power. We sold power and bitumen, 625,000 rubles worth of bitumen we've sold. Yes, you need something to support this kind of spending habit, you know. That's correct. Domestic production. Vehicle fuel. 1,627.43 tons of vehicle fuel. Consumption of resources. Construction. 1,274 tons of steel. Okay. Concrete. 1,880 tons of concrete and 4,741 tons of gravel. Very good. So I think it's put that into relation then to imported 255 tons. That's okay. Yes, that is okay. I was a bit worried that the train was not working. Should we have a look? You thought right, you know. And this will remain red. And I cannot be train conducting these things. No. not going to be doing it. Many times. So everything but the fuel is working. Right. You might want to hurry up a bit. Oskarshamn train diesel station are doing great, but Beatus is doing terrible. And Molna is doing pretty good. Pedansk is doing extremely good. So we're even going to be this bothersome and ask you to go directly to Beatus here. After that you have loaded. And this is now keeping everyone very, very much happily supplied with the prefab panels. And it is certainly out in Beatus that they currently have the greatest appetite for them, I think, Oskarshamn. Now you have a very, very long way to go for your rail construction, and it's single tracked, so you can only use one vehicle at a time. Yes, that will take 20 years to build. And this train, on the steel is actually fantastic. The steel situation is, it's very good, is what it is. List of vehicles and buildings. I closed down the train, but that's easily fixed since we don't have that many trains. The one, the diesel locomotive, it is not. It is this one. There it is. It is loading. Now 40 people in the steel mill. Okay, how many in the coal mine? 5. 500 tons of coal. 4 people in the brick factory. I thought that this would have gotten a whole lot better now that we're not supplying the food industry anymore. Was here. You see, we have run out of bricks. Yes, we have. Okay, now you go to Beatus, please. Let's hope you were not in a bad place to get that order. No, you were in a good place. 119 kilometers an hour. Yes, this is the fastest diesel loop. God damn it! Fan. Yes. That again will be the H instead of the G. Yes, they are very close together on the keyboard. Indeed, they are. Yes, I shall have to think about this for a bit. You know. Yes, and oops, sorry about that. Yes, the situation with the crash wasn't that bad, but here I was just rolling along here, and something happened that is not supposed to happen. As we can see here, there is a fire truck. There is a fire truck. Indeed. Yes, the colleague is indeed is again interfering slightly here. There we go. I know this is appropriate music for a fire of a twin reactor nuclear power plant, but this is it. Dosimeter. It isn't. I thought this would go all the way to hell, when this is on fire. But maybe it needs to burn for a while. This is going great. The only problem is that the electricity is out. Or is it? Is old... No, Gamla Bettan is not on the job. Well, I think most of the nation was not without electricity. There we go. That was not as dramatic as I would have thought it to be. Not at all, in fact. But okay, it has actually had quite an impact. Yes, it has had quite an impact. Because here it was nothing before. Yes, so okay, we don't want the fire to go on for long. Because this, the fire that lasted for all about 10 seconds, well, 15 maybe, that released about as much radiation as what is left of the old spent fuel storage here. Yes. Should we go and have a look at the spent fuel again to see just how high we can get this? We can get that to spike pretty high. That's pretty much pinned to the top. There. Yes. Very nice. Oh, not very nice, but it is what it is, and it is not very spread out. I mean, it is very, very limited area here. Here it is completely fine. You could settle here if you wanted and get a view of this and all the mutated moose and everything that's running around, and bears. Yes, not forget about the bears. The mutated bears, the radioactive mutated bears, they are not something that you want to encounter here in Tabovina, for example, or Molna. Definitely not in Molna. That's why we keep them down there in the corner. As far away as we can. Yes, okay, so we have survived a nuclear fire. It wasn't that bad. Although it is a good thing that we have such quick and ready. I mean, the fires. No, the fire it's a fire in Hansasino. Look at this. Yes, it's always is this way. You know. Imagine if I would have selected to play on frequent fires. Then it would be constant, I suppose. I've not tried. I don't dare. Yes, we have caught up on the steel supply, I think. Yes, we have the resources are well distributed for once. That's very good. What is that? What does that mean for a place like this? Not much, because it is so very slow. Yes, you do a fair bit when you get there, but it takes you. Yes. I mean, is it anything to... Is it any wonder that it takes a while to do it? This remote. It's not really feasible. No. Here we are. Okay. It is a very long way that we're trying to build. Have you finished this yet? You're hopeless. No, you haven't. Even though you now have... Now you're missing concrete, aren't you? Yes, of course you are. You are hopeless. But you're at least happy and everything, but I mean, come on. You had all year to build this and more. Now, this does not bode well for the train or rail laying that could be going on from here. Oh, I have enough money now to buy a rail construction vehicle. Yes, but I think that I should rather buy it out here than than here, than where I was intending to. It was here. But, the thing that is engaged in building this. Look at this. We are almost at the border with the first line. Our first external connection. Yes, again in 1985 we joined the Soviet Union's railway. We were a bit late to the game, I admit. But for some reason we only got started in the 1970s, So I think that we've done pretty good for ourselves. Yes, pretty decently. Okay. Sayov, how are we doing on the population? 12,000, yes. I mean, we were at 14, almost 15,000. Yes, but we are regrowing the population. I do wonder how 122 people managed to get a hold of a radio. We have never bought any electronics. Maybe it's out in the villages somewhere that they managed to get. Oh, this place is this burning? No, it is just producing at about half. At about 50%. Yes, at about 50%. It is quite polluting. Or if we could get that up to like 75-80%, how black would this smoke be then? This is fantastic. What are they doing in here that is so very, very polluting? Uranium conversion plant. Yes, that sounds very, very terrible indeed to be dealing with. Yes, you produce the UF6 there. You can't store or export. And here we are half, yes. Good. You're working hard. How much nuclear fuel we got? 19 tons. 3 tons in the reactor. Very good. Very good. Yes. 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 Yes, we can use more words or a broader vocabulary. It's easier to get the things across. If you have anything to say that is debatable. Large aggregate storage. Oh, this is close. This is really close. No, it's not that close. It's all the way in here, usually. It's just waiting. This is actually working quite nice. Really, quite good. It is working well. It is just a bit ridiculous and very inefficient and slow. But as long as we have 3 trains in operations, 4 trains in operation, then it's fine. It's doing great. The voltage is a bit Why would that be? No, this is fine. This is very, very stable. It's nothing. It's just a randomness thing. But you see, this is more like it's the team from... well, no, this is the team from Hansasino that are building this. They're actually doing some progress. Yes, here we're trying to do something quite ambitious. Yes, a paved road, of course, and a bridge, and yes. I think that we went over this together, didn't we? My mind is really slipping further and further away into madness or whatever it is, into this, whatever this is. Yes, that was an interesting effect. Would you stop it now? Okay. Yes, we're coming up. We're going to take a left here. I think. Really don't. I don't hope. We ought to. Yes, we did. We actually clear the power line. I mean, it is not. The safety margin. I would have chosen a larger one, but sure, whatever. Yes, we're going to Oskarshamn. Here is Oskarshamn, and they have plenty of stuff. They just don't get a whole lot done. And the thing was, yes, we were supposed to be building out of here, but you goddamn people, you can't pardon the French and such. But you still need. You're not finished with the pouring concrete bit yet. This is very slow work. Yes, how many concrete trucks do you have here? 1, 2. Yes, and the source of workers is empty. Not now. I mean, it's about time. Isn't it a bit late at this point to buy another mixer? I mean, at this point, how much is left? What difference at this point does it make? 10 tons, okay, it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Because the last truck of concrete is, I would think, already on its way. Yes, it is. Both of them, in fact. 1 ton I'm bringing. Yes. Anyway, in any case, it is all that will be required for this bit. But then, I think that we should be pretty well off, because we do actually have a bit of workers, and I think that we have prefab panels and steel and asphalt. Yes, I think we do. But the point why we were supposed to be using this to build a railroad. You know. Yes. How are we doing here? There should be something transporting prefab panels down here. You're doing boards. You're doing steel. You're doing bricks. I'm not sure you did steel. Yes, you did. You do the prefabs. Okay. You're rolling. You're out rolling. You're not waiting until unloaded. I think you should be doing that. And if they could ever be bothered here to be done with this, so we could get going on the railroad building, it is going to greatly affect the consumption of prefab panels. Prefabricated panels, yes. For the prefabricated railroad. There's any other conclusions that we'd like to make here at this stage? I mean, we are 15 years into this now, and it's about these times that you feel like I've done it now. You know, it's built. I built the nuclear power plant. Yes. No, it's not complete by any means, but you know, it's rinse and repeat in this fashion. Are you about to give up on this? I had not planned on it, but if you insist, I don't know. I mean, there is gravel to extract here, or make. Stone to extract and gravel to make. Yes. And now they're only missing prefab that they are arriving. Look at this. I think that now once we get to this phase of the construction here, where we're not, we don't need the concrete so much as the stuff that is much closer by, and we should see quite a difference. This is a bit more like it when you're doing the construction. When the amount is actually counting downwards in a somewhat speedily kind of way. And they went out of prefab, but another truck is arriving. Yes, this is how it works when you have the stuff close by. Then it goes quickly. And workers and everything. Great. Maybe we should get the bus going here. I think we may as well. Not here. The buses would be here. Yes, exactly here, where the buses would be. And do we have anything that we fancy here? There's only one thing that we kind of... well, these are both good, actually. Yes, I only need one, I think. And I think that this smaller one, 45 workers, will be plenty. Yes. So what you'll do is you'll go from the center here of De Saliga. Yes. And then you go out here. And you may as well start. Why not? And we're also going to need a whole lot a whole lot, but a couple, at least. Actually, we could have a fleet of them, of the trucks going to get the prefab panels. Are you coherent now, or making sense? No, probably not. What I am on about are these, the open house. Yes. First of all, we're going to need a few just to shuttle the bits back and forth here between the construction office and the storage yard. You could do that. Yes. But then I mean, we're going to need to get many prefab panels down here, I think. And for that, I mean, we could have these. Well, let's wait a bit. Let's see first how much we consume. One for prefab panels and one for steel. Now, I wonder. Now, can I press Control H and it doesn't crash the game, and it actually removes the schedule. Very useful when used correctly. Yes. However, one is supposed to know how that would be. You come here. No, you don't do that. Could I do it again? Oh, it's dangerous. Don't overdo it. I don't actually think it's dangerous unless you do it while you have a schedule open for something. Like this one. If I were to do it, maybe not. He's parked. I'm not going to try. Oh, this is just about to be complete, but of course they need a bit of asphalt, and that ensures that the construction time will still be quite long. Yes, 20 tons of asphalt. Are they bringing the dumpers? Yes, the dumpers are coming. That's very good. Yes, I mean, this is not very exhilarating or dramatic. I realize didn't I say it was the worst one so far? Yes, that was about 1.5 hours ago, I think. Yes, I mean, this is madness. Although it is also very addictive. 35 workers in the coal mine now. No coal on the coal heap. Bricks in the storage yard. No, none. We have managed to get a bit of things rolling here. A bit of a turnaround on the things. What are you doing down here? Oh, you are. Oh, I'm sorry. I mistook you for someone else. You're going back and forth. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to. And this nowadays, no workers. I mean, every now and then we must have workers in here because we are not out of prefab panels. No. We even have quite a bit of it. Like a lot, in fact. Bricks, though, we do not have a whole lot of. I wonder, have they gotten to the bridge? Or what are all the bricks used for? Taking up space, I would think. Here, for example. What are you using all these for? Oh, you're building this, maybe? No, that didn't take. I don't know. It's probably just filling up with the bricks. Yes. Do you think that the rail network is functioning? I think it is. There is still the question of the fuel train business. That is a bit uncertain. Because here it can certainly get into trouble. Which it has, again, that's not good. At least don't even do that much good, or much use. I have changed. When did I do that? Because the problem is that you are quite important. I mean, yes, you see 107 tons, nothing. You go to Beatus, I think. That's very important place. You can skip Molna. Yes, 107 tons, you can skip Molna. And we shall increase the amount that you unload here. That means that but Oskarshamn, they have plenty. And Beatus are hungry. Or thirsty, rather. Yes. Let's have a look here. How is this doing? 912 tons of bitumen. In here, 747. Ever so slowly, the oil refinery is working. It is chugging along. And it's doing, yes, it is completely balanced with our needs. The problem is just that we don't use that much bitumen because we're not paving. Although we have been building paving quite a bit here. Look at this. Yes. Look at this. And here. Eventually we'll build a great bridge here. Yes. That's going to take a lot of resources. Such as these. You didn't have a whole lot of them bricks and boards on board. No, I suppose that this is all they have. Or had. You know what it is? It is a good thing then that we have caught up quite well with the brick need. Because we're not really producing it that quickly. Guess I could turn it up. I don't need to. We don't have the coal for it neither. No. What's going on here then? Are you not enough people in here? Apparently not. I mean, you should be able to do better here. What's the matter? I mean, I've taken 3 buses at least out of service here. 17 workers, 33. 55 workers waiting. Yes, why isn't there a bus coming? There is one, I think. No. Now, if you're going here, you're going to have a very good time, I think. Some people have even managed to get out of work here. Yes, you, for example. You waited for an hour. 80 workers. And that's for the coal worker line. That ought to do wonders for the coal supply. But currently there is 1 worker in the coal mine. Yes. And there is no coal. 0.33 tons. Yes, that's not really going to do a whole lot. I think that is what is in. But they don't have any workers at the brick factory. So at least they are not consuming any coal at the moment. And the steel mill is running off its internal supply here. Yes. You should learn something from the iron industry. As instance, if you have more workers and less demand for the product, then you can store up more. Yes, this was a great addition to the infrastructure. This did much good. Because it is a bit unreliable, you know. They don't work completely staffed all the time. They have slow days, and they have days when there are many people in the mine. Yes, and that's why we have this buffer, which is always full, more or less. Especially when we have 11 workers in the steel mill. I don't understand this. Something is the matter here. Oh, now the bus made it. Finally. Where do you all go? You go all over the place. Where are all of you going? Are you walking to the rail construction office? You're walking to the quarry? Really? Has that always been going on? That is not my intention. That's a side effect of, I think I connected up this, I put this within range of that at some point, and here we are. I mean, this is completely unnecessary, and this would do well somewhere else. The problem is just that I don't have the means to transport it to where it is needed. Let's see here, it's red, so there is something in here. Doing something. Well, it's quite a large area that they could be. Is it out here? I hear something. Yes, here it is. Oh, I'm sure you brought many resources out here, all the way. Yes, are you finished yet here with this? No, you're still missing the asphalt. Dumper, where are you? You're actually coming. You're very close. The rail construction office out here will finally be completed. This took an age or two. Yes, one cannot really build with the gravel-based stuff so far away. It is simple as that, you know. At least not anything of any... No, there are no workers or mechanisms here. There used to be a lot. Now there are none. But there might well be workers here. No, didn't I set the bus off here? So I did. de sa only 51 workers. Okay. I think that we could get the this ought to be going. This probably has been not going since we don't have any rock for them to crush. They probably thought that they have gotten the lucky draw, gotten the easiest job ever, just sit around at the place. That seems to be intended for something, but so far they have not been given anything to do. But now they will learn just what those pickaxes are for. Those are for banging on the rocks, you know, repeatedly, and until you make gravel out of them. But I suppose we have some sort of mechanism or mechanized thing going on here. It's not just by hand. Can't be. But we're buying ourselves a digger out here. It is from 1992. We cannot buy that one. Then we're in a bit of... there's only this one available. Really? Speed level 20, that's a lot worse than the old one. Yes, we'll have the old one. Now, remember, it is very important to hook up electricity to these. That makes quite a difference in the productivity. Yes, that's why we're doing it. We could maybe even try and have it as far away as possible to maybe cover something else. Yes, but then it will turn out that what you wanted to cover was out here. Yes, no matter how you do it, you cannot win. Correct. Now there ought to be... There it is. Oh, we're doing... yes, we're doing it this way. Is there another way? No. But we're not taking one off the medium voltage switch. Yes, we're not taking something off the transformer for this thing. It's for the quarry. Should we pay for it? We sort of need to pay for this. And I suppose we do that then. There we go. Have you built the fire station? Yes, you have. You can finally buy some fire engines for this place. There you go. Might even get a hospital one day here. Maybe. We'll see. At least now you're surviving. Not starving or leaving for some reason or other. That's great. Oh, no quarried stone has arrived yet. Neither has any workers. Where would this be? Where are you? You're right now at the bus stop, okay. Is the bus quiet or is it... It is very quiet. Now it makes sound again. Huh. Yes, why are we following this bus? Because they will be... no, not the first, but I think the first actual shift in the rock crusher here that will do some good. And this, yes, it's completed. Fantastic. Just need to get all the stuff they need in there. Yes. And for the purpose, if they have arrived, they have arrived. We have these. You're going from here. And so are you. You're getting prefab panels. You're getting steel. And then you go to the here. And you do this business. There. That should be that taken care of. And then you need fuel. I mean, we could use this to take it. We don't need to drive all the way, I don't think. Yes, do we have a tanker available, you think? No, we might. We have all sorts of things here. Although a tanker, we only have like a very, very, very large one, and that is a bit too large. A bit big, is it? So out here, yes, here. Yes, here. We'll buy an oil tank. We'll buy an oil tank, one of these. Yes, 7 tons of oil you can transport. That's very good. That will do excellently. I don't know if I bought something that was period correct or period incorrect. No, period incorrect now. Period incorrect. That doesn't sound right. But anyway, you go, you load and then unload. Yes, go. Now you need track construction train set, and you need fuel. You have gravel, prefab panels and steel. Very good. Then you know what? You're going to get one of these. Yes. 529,000 rubles. Indeed. Now, next time the bus comes here, it should allow workers to get in. Workers we have at the gravel processing plants. That's very good. And we will be getting workers in there as well. And we would not do bad with a second train set here for the construction. Because then they could go in both directions, you know. But I do not really afford, and I cannot relocate an existing one. No, something cheap. There isn't anything this cheap. Not even close. No fuel. That's taken care of. Did I ask you to wait? No, I didn't. And you're going to go back and forth like something. I don't know. A lot. Here's a lot of the back and forth. Okay, are you going to get going anytime soon? No workers. Yes, but have you peeked your beak out of? No, you haven't. Oh, here's a bus. I should have gotten a bigger bus, maybe, or one more, or a combination. Did not take into consideration how long it would take to ride out here on this gravel road. Well, here we are. This is the first shift of Tomsaliga rail construction. Which direction you reckon they're going to take? If any. There you go. They went inland. Yes, speaking of going land-wise, this is a border hookup, you know, yes, it is for the rail. And this beckons for something just as grandiose as you have on the other side, if not even more. I mean, we need to show the West that we are something to count on. Or count, you know, it's that you have to take into consideration. Yes, we're not some pushover thing here. I mean, if one can live with that the railroad is blocking the road, which may be a little bit annoying. Yes, it may well be a little bit annoying. But if you could, then it's not that bad. Maybe. There's also the matter of, you know, you have to connect this to the railroad somehow. For example, go in here. Yes, we could. Yes, well, sure. I mean, the people here are not going to travel on the railroad anyway. No, the railroad is to bring them stuff, eventually. And maybe also even to get stuff out of here. We haven't seen that yet, if there ever will be an export of anything, really, out of here. But we shall see. First of all, we need to get this something like this. Exactly, something like that. And I think that we'll do this so that we can have a straight-ish area here. You call this straight-ish? Not yet. Like this. Yes, definitely. And here we don't need, you know, 5 queuing tracks here. This might be enough as it is, you know. Quite enough. It is quite enough. It is more than enough. Yes. We just got more work for them. Now they're not going to go that way, probably. Yes, but it's going to take a while. Well, you see, they've already done all this. That's great. And we only have one truck to supply this place with prefab panels. That's not going to last. It's not going to last them very long at all. Gravel. Do we have any gravel? You're missing quarried stone. Yes, but they are on it, you know. I think I still have a truck going all the way from up in 2 even. Yes, you don't need to do this anymore. Wouldn't you know it? You can come here and park up. Boards, we're going to continue transporting. How are the boards doing? I mean, we don't have a lot here. None, in fact. How is the sawmill doing? It is working 1 person. I have turned it down to 1 person. A long time ago that must have been. Because I don't remember fiddling with it any time recently. I think we could increase a little bit. Have a few more than 1 person here. It is also a hazard to work in a sawmill alone, you know. There are sharp rotating big things, fast rotating and big logs and other planks. Yes, it's a very hazardous environment. And this is more like it. 4, 5, maybe even 5. Yes. And what about up here in the forest? I think they get workers every now and then. They seem to have a lot of wood here. Felled trees ready to transport 589 tons, and there's still quite a bit of trees left here. This is the only forest that we have cut down. It lasts quite a while. Yes, we're not building that much from wood. You know, we're mostly building in concrete and prefab panels, gravel and steel and things. We're not so much for the carpentry here. No, we want dead grey stone-based things. But we don't. It's not as much that we want as much as it is that we don't really have that much of a broad choice to go from. Yes, to choose from. No. The food situation is now. Look at this. It's not as good as I would have thought. It is not completely full of food. Only 21 workers. What's happening here, Molna? Are you not? Are you no longer the enormous cornucopia of workforce that you once were? Well, you might be, but there are quite a few things now at the current time that are putting demand on said great workforce. Such as these and everything else as well. Yes, the only thing that isn't putting a lot of demand is this place, although we have a lot of workers in here, but this I don't suppose you're doing anything. No, you're here. Then we can do this. No longer do we need workers in that rail construction office. Have you started to catch up yet with Beates? I know their thirst is enormous, but come on. Yes, you have caught up. Very good. Is anyone still using this? You are parked up. Good. And you managed to have fuel. Yes, very good. Yes, this is excellent. We have the distribution office taking fuel out of here and distributing it to the gas stations all around. Where does it all end up? All the nuclear fuel. I think it's sitting outside the power plant. Yes, it is. And inside as well. 7.8 tons in containers and 3.9 tons out of 3 tons. side. Isn't the place, the storage, isn't that full yet? The first one. I suppose not, because you managed to unload this time as well. Oh, there are, maybe it can fill it up all the way out here. Then there will be, how many more rows do you think? 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I have a feeling it won't fill out all the way out here. But we shall see. So another thing that we can have a look at while we're here is this. It is now pinned to the max reading at some points here. Very nice. How much is all this? What it cost me to just to sell, or rather pay to get rid of? That's not the same thing as selling, 55,000 rubles. Still feels incredibly affordable. It does. Karagabadagad, Schweiz. So the food industry was not doing as great as I was thinking, but the clothing, look at this, 81 tons of clothing we have now in stock here. Fabric, 35 tons as well. That's excellent. The grain storage is completely full. But the food storage is not completely full. Alcohol storage is completely full. But it would not be a bad thing for this warehouse to be completely full. What are you doing? Alcohol. Okay. Is there only one? Yes, there is only one. Alkohollagerföring is what you're doing, okay. Yes, you're doing the job of a forklift, but on the road. Therefore you are a truck. And quite a bit easier to manage. What are you doing, for example? I know it's working. You're waiting to load up on fabric. You unloaded something. So what are you going to do? Yes, you're unloading on the crops. Yes. Should we get on with it? Yes, I hope so. I hope so, that we could get on with it. How are you going? Are you getting on with it? A little bit. Yes. We really should get something. Yes, and that at this point, at that very point, dear friends, I sort of ran out of tape in the old recording machine there. Such is life, especially when you forget to clean up before hitting the record button. So with this, I mean, there's audio of me going on and on as usual here for another hour or so, but there is no visual accompaniment to that audio. But this will continue at another date. Thank you so very much for watching. Good night.